One thing that's important to understand in the work of Social Security and Disability is that not being able to do your job for whatever reason doesn't necessarily mean that you can't do other work. This means that the Social Security Administration vocational expert needs to really understand how to go from past to possible present. Hello, I'm Marilyn Stroud, CEO and owner of Stroud Vocational Expert Services. I'm here today to talk about becoming, and growing as a vocational expert for the Social Security Administration. Thanks for joining me. Over the last few weeks, we've gone into multiple Social Security rulings that are listed on the SSA website in order to provide you different sources of information as you enter into the realm of becoming and performing as an impartial witness and performing the duties as a Social Security Administration vocational expert. Today, we do the same thing with a new Social Security ruling to this channel, the SSR 83-10, which covers under Title II and the Title 16 how to determine capability to do other work. This ruling really applies the vocational rules of Appendix 2 that gives additional information to prospective vocational expert. The SSR, just like the others we've covered, has all kinds of policy and background information, but it comes down to educational and work experience combined with whatever remains of the claimant's residual functional capacity. And that is something that you as a SSA vocational expert do not determine. The RFC is determined by the administrative law judge or another representative. However, where you come in as a SSAVE is applying the residual functional capacity given by the ALJ to a hypothetical situation using different functional capabilities to work that may or may not exist in the national economy across the United States. You apply these hypothetical limitations at different functional levels, regardless of whether it is skilled, semi-skilled, or unskilled work, meaning the RFC alone never establishes capability for those work functions. It really depends on the presence of acquired skills and their ability to transfer those from whatever work the claimant's past job experience was into different work that now currently exists in the national economy. In order to best understand what SSR 8310 really provides in terms of guidance, the SSAVE really needs to understand the definition of terms and related concepts that are also listed in the bottom of the ruling. These include environmental conditions applied to each level of exertional activity and is going to play a part when given hypothetical situations by an administrative law judge. These include items such as ability to sit, stand, walk, lift, carry, push or pull, and at what different levels. The exertional capacity comes right after that, and this is the overall capability required to perform whatever exertional activity that we just listed. Each forms a part of the given hypothetical situation and then must also meet the overall level of exertion, such as sedentary, light, or medium levels, and then how you can actually apply those to the different types of work that are out in the national economy. SSR 8310 goes even more in depth to define the actual length of exertional, going from occasional to frequent, and then defining those. Examples include occasionally, totally generally no more than 2 hours of an 8-hour workday versus frequent, which is occurring from 1/3 to 2/3 of the time. Before you get too confused, just know that there are different decoders that are out there that are available to a Social Security Administration vocational expert, one of which is the SkillTRAN website, and we've inserted the link into the show notes. SSR 8310 goes on to introduce the actual definition of a residual functional capacity, or RFC, meaning that the no-kidding medical assessment of what an individual can do in a work setting in spite of whatever functional limitations and environmental restrictions are imposed on this person by all of his or her medically determinable impairments is definitely influenced by vocational factors, which we've already defined in a previous video, such as the individual's age, education, and work experience. When you break age down into chronological time, there are some definitive milestones such as 45, 50, 55, and 60 that can and will be critical into the actual decision that comes from the ALJ as to whether or not a claimant will receive disability. The level of education is obvious. In essence, high school graduate or more, going all the way up into multiple graduate degree and then previous work experience. Putting those two things together, education and work experience, and really defining what skilled or some skilled work later comes up to, with the possible ability to transfer skills into new work or other work, which is, at the end of the day, and what the Social Security ruling actually gets at. Does the claimant have the capability to do other work? The ability of you, the vocational expert, to take the hypothetical situation, which are limitations that the administrative law judge has applied, really creates the background information necessary for the Social Security Administration to make a disability decision, either for or against that claim. Just like the rest of this series, SSRs are just a piece of the information necessary for the SSAVE to understand. If you don't want to wait, you can get into the VELaunchpad now. Get everything we're going to go over in future days on your schedule and earn pre-approved CEU credit along the way. Check us out at stroudve.talentlms.com. Remember, we'll be here every week, so don't miss it. Subscribe now and hit the bell for notifications. Let's start learning together.